points total, and this test has a total of 25 questions. Okay, there are two types of questions on the test. Multiple choice questions are worth 3 points, and word problems are worth 4 points. Okay, they want to know how many of each type of questions are there. Okay, you look at the final questions to figure out what is it that they're looking for here. Well, what they're looking for is how many. So I know that I need to use how many when I'm describing my variables. Okay, well I know there's two types, multiple choice questions and word problems. So let's say M is how many multiple choice questions on the test. So if M is 10, that means there's 10 multiple choice questions on the test. If M is 2, that means there's only 2 multiple choice questions on the test. Okay, the other type of questions is word problems. So let's say W is how many word problems there are on the test. Okay, now let's go back and look at what information they give us here. So it says the test is worth a total of 90 points. So it's worth 90 points, and there's 25 questions. Okay, well, there's only two types of questions on this test, multiple choice questions and word problem questions, which means if I take all the multiple choice questions, M, and I add all the word problems, W, there should be a total of 25 questions. Okay, so we got that off our list. Okay, now the second part is telling me that it's worth 90 points. Okay, so I know multiple choice questions are worth 3 points. So to figure out how many points I get from all the multiple choice questions, I would do 3 times however many multiple choice questions there are. And then I know that there are word problems which are worth 4 points. If I need to figure out how many points I can get just from word problems, I would do 4 times however many word problems there are. So plus 4W. Okay? Now that gives me this system of equation, which again is set up for elimination method. I'm looking for the lowest one that I can eliminate, which would be the 3 here. If I turn this to a 3, I can subtract and it'll cancel out. So my job right now is to get everything here multiplied by 3. Okay, so I'm going to multiply off to the side and write it down at the bottom. So I'm going to do times 3, all of this, and I'm going to write it down here. Okay, so M times 3 gives me 3M, W times 3 gives me 3W, and 25 times 3 gives me 75. Now we said in order for this to cancel out, I need to subtract, because only 3 minus 3 is going to give me 0. If I do 3 plus 3, that'll give me 6, which isn't going to help me at all. So I know I need to subtract, so 3 minus 3M gives me 0M. 4W minus 3W gives me 1W. And 90 minus 75, well, let's think about this. This becomes a 10, this becomes an 8, this becomes 15. So this means W equals 15. Okay, so this is one of my variables. I now need to solve for the other variable. So if I wanted, I can think of this as if W is 15, and I know there's 25 questions on the test because M plus W equals 25, W equals 15, I can plug that in. M plus 15 equals 25. Some of you could probably do this in your head, mental math, it's wonderful. This means that M equals 10. Now let's get down to what do these really mean. Well, M is how many multiple choice questions there are on the test, and W is how many word problems there are on the test. So if M is 10, that means there are 10 multiple choice questions on this test. And if W is 15, that means there are 15 word problem questions on this test. That is a lot of word problem questions. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to write. There are 10 multiple choice questions on the test and 15 word problems. Done. Okay, now would be a great time for you to pause this, look down at question number 2. It's a similar format. If you get stuck, then rewind the video and look at it again so you can figure your way out. When you're done working on problem 2, go ahead, unpause me, and we will work on the next page, which is page 4. It'll be your 4th example,